Come on along. Coffee up, Mike. We got a project ahead of us, don't we? Yeah, kinda. Well, hang on, I gotta turn down the radio music. The other down. Hey, we got a project on us. The other day I was whining. I don't know when you saw, if you watched my videos or not, but my Miller Bobcat, I'm sorry, that's what I had 25 years ago. Want some shoe? My Miller Trailblazer 325 was running rougher than hell, and it's still running rougher than hell. We found water in the gas. We drained the gas tank. We took the carburetor apart. How does a plastic gas tank get rust in it? You explain that to me. Must be the transport guys on the road or the steel tanks that it comes out of. I don't know. But anyways, we got to clean that out. New fuel filter. The carburetor is fine as frog's hair. And it still likes to spit and sputter on the low end. When you would high idle it or actually weld with it, it's fine. So did a little research on because it ain't Miller's fault. I'll just say that right now. Well, no, it's not. It's a Kohler deal. So this is a CH750. I think it's a 30 pack. Give me a drink, man. It's a 30 horse Kohler Command twin. Great engine. The thing's only got like 187 hours on it. I've owned it for 12 years. This one here, my donor machine, I picked this one up for real cheap. It's identical. This one runs like a top, except somebody was in the valve covers. It needs some work. I'm going to make it into a new one, and then I'm going to sell it to one of you guys. Anyways, no, it's a donor machine just in case I needed parts as this thing ages. But it's a good one to look at as I'm doing this. So for the most part, this one, I looked at it through the hole here. It has a different style of coils. There's only a one wire. Okay, now back to my point. I was on the Kohler website the other night and they had trouble with these. And so they sell you this kit, this OEM kit. And I bought it on Amazon, but I will not buy another. It had to come from Kohler, which is now Relco. And there's the part number, if you can read it. 25-707- something. I don't have my glasses on. But anyways, it is genuine Kohler parts. It's like 130 bucks for this box with 2 coils in it and this kill wire. So I watched a lot of YouTube just trying to figure this out. I did the arc test, the kilovolt, the test with the sparky thingy, the spark coil tester. And I was getting mixed results, so I ordered this anyways, and I thought, well, I can start swapping parts over this and that. But seeing the parts bulletin, when I read it, I pulled up this engine and they had a thing in the parts bulletin. They took their technology they had years ago and they shit-canned it for older technology, which always works. Imagine that. So there was this. How am I going to do this, Mike? We'll find a way. Okay, this is the original coil. And they're calling it a DSAM module or a DSAI module. I'm thinking by how I'm reading the instructions, it's a DSAM. I do not know what that stands for, other than they're replacing both styles with what I have right here, which is older school. And I can eliminate, I think it's a arc. I don't know. I don't know the technology. I'm not a gas engine guy, but you pull this thing out and you eliminate these 3 wires to the coil to a one wire coil with a kill switch on it. This just goes to your kill switch and your ground, and it's going to connect right here to this. They ought to have it all pre-made. This one's going to go to that little tabby right there. And the other one's going to go over to the outer coil over yonder there. I haven't set the gap yet. Yeah, you know, I've been watching a few guys do this and set the gap, and one guy said it nice, an older guy, he's like, yeah, he's just take your dial calipers and go around until you find a couple pieces of paper. I think this is, they want it at 9 thousandths. And the magnet is curved, obviously, on the flywheel. And so you leave, right here's the magnet. And you leave these, you snug them up out of the way. I'll find the right thickness of piece of cardboard, piece of paper. Or if it really comes down to it, I'll take a feeler gauge apart and then bend it over that away. And then I'll just let the magnet suck to it and set it. And then put it together. So likely if you're seeing this video, that was it. I mean, if you catch it, if you go back and watch that welding, putting the wheel back on that machine, you can hear it in the background, just pop, 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 just not running right. And it had me bothered all day because your stuff's got to run, man. You know, so this is what I'm doing. It's a Saturday or a Friday or a Sunday. I don't know what day it is anymore because I don't care. Every day is a good day. And that's what I'm doing. So if everything runs right or goes right, I'll bring you back in a little while and I will fire this puppy up. I only broke one bolt in the head. It's just a tab. I got to get that out. That damn aluminum and steel. That's how that goes always. Always a mess. I got a bolt locked down there behind the starter because I dropped it because I'm older. And yeah, so I'm going to put it back together and set the gap on it and then go from there. And if it doesn't work out and it turns out, hey, you know, Troy put the carburetor, cleaned it, but he didn't do a good enough job. That one over there, even though it's leaking oil, right now runs like a freaking, like this one should. So I can just swap parts until I figure it out. So either way, I'm going to win. Mike's going to win this battle. Like I said, this one I've taken care of for the most part. It needs some paint and stuff like that, but it was built in 2013. I got it that year. That one was built over there in 2014. It's got almost 800 or 900 hours on it. And that one really shows its age. It rode on the back of a truck 100% of the time in a state that puts more salt down than it snows. So when the roads are shippy. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Join me, won't you, in a little while, and we're gonna win. This will be running. So, hey, anyways, a little while ago I was telling you about this. I'll explain it over there. I got to set the gap, the air gap on this thing, and it's telling me right here 0.008 to 0.0012 is the final air gap, but they suggest 0.009. So I got to show you something pretty cool. I'm always showing you stuff that's cool, right? So I said it a little while ago, you just got to walk around your shop or whatever and take your calipers, make sure it's zeroed out. But you know, this catalog is from customer service from 2018. So I was measuring paper and I was like, 2 sheets of paper was like 7.5. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna grab a piece of Ponzi paper, glossy paper from Finland or wherever it comes, and I'm gonna show you. So Weston and Scoey and these guys that I know, and these guys I don't know from down Michigan, you're going to be used as a feeler gauge. Isn't that a cool concept? They're good machinery, good men, and now their paperwork is valuable too. I had to share that. I'll come back when we're running. Okie dokie. I'm When I get copyrighted, I tell you, if I turn it down, that pisses me right off. YouTube should change it. Anyways, you can see this. I got this in here. That's 9/1000ths right there. So we're using Ponzi paperwork. We're making things happen. I just thought I'd show you that. I'm going to put a little bit of down pressure on it. Snug them up good. I didn't even loosen it yet, Mike, you dumbass. Oh, that's because I got a phone call. That happens when I get phone calls. I get kind of pizzle sprung. That's a word my dad used to use all the time. Pizzle sprung. I don't know what it means. You just, there, okay, so now we're tight. Tight, I'm gonna get it right close so I can. Kind of nice being glossy paper too. It should fall right out of there. So I shouldn't have to push it down at all. And snug her up. I don't like the way they made this ground for this side, but you'll have to do the hold it with your thumb kind of deal. Sort of. All right, that was 14 Newton meters. Okay, here we are on that side. Now I'll scoot you over to this side. Do a little rearrangement of the shroud. I did wire brush the magnet too, by the way. You can see it right there. Line her up, line her up. Well, let's see. We'll use the guys from Lower Michigan this time. Look at that. You'll watch her snap right in. If you can see it. She's there, boys and girls. That's basically it. Tighten them down like that. Click. So yeah, here we are. Perfect. All you need is a little bit of smarts and some paper from Ponzi paper. I don't know any of these. I do know a couple of these guys. Do you know any of these guys? Yeah, Bruce, I know you. Okay, anyways, I'll hopefully be back with it running and at least partially assembled. And then we'll go from there, okay? Here we go. You guys hear that? That hasn't sounded that good in millennium. I'm just about to do something just to do a comparison. Oh, that stuff's dry rotted. Bear with me here, boys and girls. Where is it? Where is it? What'd you do with it, Mike? There it is. This one needs a little work, but I'm gonna try to hook you up so you can, I'm just gonna do it for a comparison for myself too. We'll just leave it dangle there. Hook the old ignition timing thingy. Controls the throttle. Controls the carburetor. Just gonna leave her dangle. Can't hurt nothing. Now listen. You'll compare it to that one. Let's see if I gotta manually choke this one because it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe so. Hang on. Don't they sound pretty much identical now? Ha! Mike wins. Mike won again. This is awesome. Awesome. That's what Jeff says. This is awesome. So anyways, yeah, here we are. Back at it, and thank you for watching me fix my welders. I got to put it all back together tomorrow. But that wasn't too bad of a job. You ready? You can't stop us, man. We're gonna fix it no matter what. Have a great one, guys. See you, bye.